everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to another movie news roundup series. So this week there's been a lot of movie news being reported this week, and before I get into that, here are a few words from the channel. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So for the first bit of news is that there will be new release dates for Godzilla vs. Kong and the Snyder Cut. In regards to Godzilla vs. Kong, the release date will go from March 26th to March 31st. And then with the Snyder Cut, the release date will go from March 25th to March 18th. The next bit of news is that Tika Sumpter, who has played Maddie in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, has announced that she will be reprising her role as Maddie and that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie sequel will be filmed in Hawaii. And then the last bit of news is that Roger Craig Smith, longtime voice actor of Sonic the Hedgehog, will no longer be voicing the character. Now let's get into thoughts for the day where I talk about my opinions about each topic that's being discussed this week. So let's get started. So regarding about the change in Godzilla vs. Kong and the Snyder Cut release dates, I kind of see this happening. Like, I figured that this would be the year where a lot of movies tend to shift release dates, either because of the coronavirus or because of other reasons. And in the case of this one, the release date shifts of both Godzilla vs. Kong and the Snyder Cut has nothing to do with the coronavirus. In this case, the reason why Godzilla vs. Kong would be released much later during the month of March is because they don't want to collide with the release date of the Snyder Cut at the time. At the time, the Snyder Cut was supposed to be released on the 25th to celebrate the Batman vs. Superman anniversary, but because it was colliding with Godzilla vs. Kong, they decided to move the release date for the Snyder Cut to March 18th. And for those of you who don't know what the Snyder Cut is, it's basically Zack Snyder's cut on the Justice League movie that was released a few years ago. As of this video, I have never seen the Justice League movie, so I don't know much about the controversy going around that movie, but I noticed that a lot of fans wanted the Snyder Cut to be released, and now it's finally being released by Warner Brothers, so now we get to see what the Justice League movie would have been like if Zack Snyder had worked on the film himself. So this is good news for the fans who wanted to see the Snyder Cut, and now they can finally see the Snyder Cut much earlier in March than it was originally anticipated. But unfortunately for those of the fans who wanted to see the Snyder Cut be released on the same day as Batman vs. Superman, which was released on March 25th, it's not gonna happen, at least in this case. So for me personally, am I happy that Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be released much later in March? Actually, I don't mind. Like, my thing is as long as the movie is getting released at all, that's all that matters to me. I could care less what month the movie comes out or what day the movie comes out. I'm like, as long as you release the movie, that's fine with me. Because I've seen a lot of movies in the past that were supposed to be released on this specific date, and they tend to be delayed for some reason, and that tends to annoy me a lot because it's like I was expecting to see that movie on that release date and it's getting delayed. So as long as Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out at all this year, I'm okay with whatever release date they got for the movie. Now, as for the Snyder Cut, because I have never seen Justice League yet as of this video, I don't really have any feelings about the Snyder Cut. Like, I'm kind of like, okay, they're releasing the Snyder Cut, okay. So this is good for the fans who wanted to see the Snyder Cut. So for those of you who are planning to watch the Snyder Cut, let me know if it's any good. If it's better than the Justice League movie we got years ago, or if it's worse, just let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Snyder Cut once it comes out. Now moving on to the next bit of news, and that's Tika Sumpter reprising her role as Maddie for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie sequel, and that the film will be filming in Hawaii. Now, at first I was thinking to myself when I heard this news, okay, well, Tika Sumpter is reprising her role as Maddie, which is exciting to me. I really like Maddie, and I was hoping that they were going to expand more on her character in the sequel, and it looks like they might be able to if she's mentioning that they're going to be filming Hawaii. But then I was thinking to myself, you know, what's the big deal about the film being filmed in Hawaii? It's just another filming location for the movie. But after hearing the news about Knuckles the Echidna being featured in the sequel, it's got me thinking that maybe the reason why the sequel is going to take place in Hawaii is because they wanted to get the feel of Angel Island from the video games. So for those of you who don't know, Angel Island was a place in the video games where Sonic and Tails first met Knuckles, and it's Knuckles' home. And maybe the crew going to Hawaii means that they're going to try and incorporate Angel Island into the sequel, and having the locations in Hawaii would give it a more realistic feel and maybe a more authentic feel for Angel Island. So if that's the case, and that's the reason why they're going to Hawaii to film the movie, I'm actually excited about this. Like, I like to see what Angel Island would look like in the sequel, and going to Hawaii to get the more island feel of Angel Island sounds really interesting to me, and I can't wait to see where they're going to take the sequel next. Also, again, I'm happy to see Tika Sumpter reprising her role as Maddie. I hope they do more with her character in the sequel. Maybe have her have some moments with Tails. That would be great to see. So I'm glad to see Tika Sumpter reprising her role, and I'm hoping that everybody else comes back to reprise their roles in the Sonic movie sequel. And then the last bit of news is that Roger Craig Smith, longtime voice actor of Sonic the Hedgehog, will no longer be voicing the character after 10 years of voicing the character. I have to say this is really sad news, because even though my favorite Sonic voice actor was always Ryan Drummond from the Sonic Adventure era, I appreciated what Roger Craig Smith was able to bring to the role of Sonic. I think he did a very good job of making Sonic sound snarky, and I will miss his portrayal of Sonic very much. So again, it's sad to see him go, and I just hope that he's able to be successful in his future projects. So thank you, Roger, for bringing your own interpretation of Sonic the Hedgehog's voice. I'm so glad that you love doing the character, and again, we'll miss you voicing the character, and I wish you good luck on your future projects. Now, those of you might be wondering about, well, Rabbitearsblog, what does this have to do with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Roger Craig Smith doesn't voice Sonic in the movie, Ben Schwartz does. And this is more like a video game news than a movie news. Well, I'm about to tell you right now. So, because Roger Craig Smith would no longer be voicing Sonic the Hedgehog in the video games, this leaves open the doors about who's going to voice Sonic the Hedgehog in the video games. And this is where Ben Schwartz comes in. Now, nothing has been confirmed yet about who's going to voice Sonic the Hedgehog right now, so this is all just speculation, but some fans are thinking that maybe Ben Schwartz might take over the role as Sonic the Hedgehog in the video games, and I have to honestly say that I don't see that happening because of several things. For one thing, I'm thinking that if Sega were to hire Ben Schwartz as the new voice of Sonic the Hedgehog, this might lead them to change a couple of things in the video game storylines and the characters themselves. And I don't see Sega wanting to change too much about Sonic in the video games just to match up with the movies. I mean, sure, the movie was a huge success, but at the same time, I don't see Sega wanting to change a lot about Sonic's character and storylines in the games just to match up with the movie. That's just going to cause a lot of problems for the fans of the video games, as they had to get used to this new storyline. And some people did not like Sonic's portrayal in the movie, and they're like, you know, I prefer Sonic's portrayal in the video games, so why would you want to change his portrayal from the movies to the video games when we like him just the way he is in the video games? So I can see something like that happening if Ben Schwartz were casted for the role. Now, I'm not saying that Sega's going to actually make the video game series more based off the movie because of Ben Schwartz being cast in the role. Like, maybe they'll have the same stories they told with Sonic the Hedgehog in the video games, and just have Ben Schwartz portray the character a little differently in the games, since Sonic in the video games is a little more mature than he is in the movies. So maybe Sega would still want to go that route with Sonic, but just cast Ben Schwartz. But I think if they were to cast Ben Schwartz, that might cause some confusion among the fans of the video games about what kind of universe this is going to be for Sonic the Hedgehog. Is it going to be the movie universe, or is it going to be the video game universe? So I can see Sega not wanting to go through all that trouble if they casted somebody who's already voicing Sonic in another form of media, in this case the movies. And then another reason I can't see Ben Schwartz voicing Sonic in the video games is because of Paramount. So the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is owned by Paramount, and I'm not sure what kind of contract Sega has with Paramount at this moment, but I'm thinking that if they were to incorporate some of the storylines from the movie into the games, Paramount might want to be a part of that. So I'm not sure if Sega's willing to let Paramount take over the games, if that were the case. Again, I don't know what kind of contract they have with Paramount, and I don't know how this thing works with movie tie-ins to the video games. But I'm assuming that Sega is not going to want Paramount to take over too much for the games. So they're probably going to be like, you know, let's not hire Ben Schwartz if we don't want to be tied up with Paramount and what they have in plan for the video games themselves. But again, this is all just speculation. I'm not sure what's really going on. So, in case Ben Schwartz doesn't get the role of Sonic the Hedgehog, some of the fans have mentioned some other voice actors who could potentially voice Sonic the Hedgehog. So first off is, of course, Ryan Drummond and Jason Griffin. They have previously voiced Sonic the Hedgehog in previous games, and fans are wondering if maybe Sega might hire them back and have them voice the character again, or either one of them will voice the character again. I would like to see that happen. Like I have mentioned before, Ryan Drummond is my favorite voice actor for Sonic the Hedgehog, so it would be great to see Ryan Drummond reprise his role as Sonic the Hedgehog in the newer games if Sega were to allow it. So I like to see Ryan Drummond come back. I also wouldn't mind seeing Jason Griffin come back. I thought he did a pretty good job with Sonic, so I wouldn't mind seeing Jason Griffin come back and reprise his role as well. And then the next voice actor that everybody talked about was Yuri Lowenthal. Now, for those of you who don't know who Yuri Lowenthal is, he actually voiced Ben Tennyson from the Ben 10 Alien Force, and the reason why his name is thrown out is because since the new Sonic the Hedgehog Netflix cartoon series is being helmed by Man of Action, who also did the Ben 10 series, it's possible that Yuri Lowenthal might voice Sonic himself in the new Netflix series, and maybe his voice might carry over to Sonic the Hedgehog in the video games. It's possible because something like that did happen with the Sonic X series, where they replaced all the previous voice actors with the voice actors from Sonic X to the video games. So it's possible we might see something like that in the new Sonic the Hedgehog Netflix cartoon series, where they have all the voice actors in the Netflix series come over to the video game series. So it's possible if Yuri Lowenthal was going to voice Sonic, that's probably what's going to happen. He might be voicing Sonic in the new video games if it comes to that. And then the last voice actor I wanted to point out is Max Middleman, who voiced Ryuji for Persona 5. So he seems to be a very popular choice for the next voice for Sonic the Hedgehog. A lot of fans seem to love his voice and they think he's perfect for Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I have never played the Persona game, so I don't know much about Ryuji as a character, and I don't know much about Max Middleton as a voice actor, but the way that the fans are saying he'd be a perfect fit for Sonic the Hedgehog, I think it's got me really excited about this prospect. I like to see what Max Middleman would do with Sonic if he were given the chance to voice the character, and because he already voiced a video game character before, it'd be better if Sega were to hire somebody who did voice video game characters in the past and can do so again. So I'm all for Max Middleman voicing Sonic if Sega gives him the chance to. So those are my thoughts for this week's movie news. There's quite a lot of movie news that happened this week, both good and both bad. And tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about this week's movie news? Are you upset about the Godzilla vs. Kong and the Snyder Cut release dates? Do you think that the Snyder Cut should have been released on the same day as Batman vs. Superman was released on? And do you think that Godzilla vs. Kong should have been released earlier? And what do you think about the Sonic movie sequel being filmed in Hawaii? Are you excited at this idea? Do you think that Angel Island is going to be a major thing in the sequel? Or do you think there's going to be a different storyline for that? And what are your thoughts about Roger Craig Smith leaving the role as Sonic the Hedgehog? Are you upset about this? And what new voice actor do you want for Sonic the Hedgehog himself? And who was your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog voice actor? Please feel free to tell me in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, like this video? Then please feel free to hit that like button. And also, hit that subscribe button for more content about video games, movies, and TV shows from this channel. And now, let's roll the credits, please.